Nobody's here yet, so I'm dancing. Really badly. But yeah, when people start arriving, then I'll actually get into the story. This is the one I want to read. From, I should say. Hey, what's up? We have one person. Yay. He's gonna read a story from this book. It looks like it's just me and you, man. But cool, okay. Let's go ahead and get started. So this is actually really well illustrated by an artist out of Santa Clara Pueblo. Here's another picture from the cover. And the explanation for that cover is Old Father sits in the plaza as he points to each constellation to tell his story. Above the constellation Orion, long sash leads the way right to left across the Milky Way, the endless trail. They slide off to the center of the earth, left to right, follow the trail of the mole to mother spider, eagle, bear, coyote, lion, and turtle. The step design symbolizes the four sacred mountains. The colors signify the directions: white, north, yellow, west, blue, east, and red, south. Small spruce trees stand on each peak. I find that really interesting because in Acoma, our colors are a little bit different in the assignment of them, but essentially the colors are the same. Hey, cool, we have more people. Hi. So this was the picture that I was just reading about. It was painted by Pablita Verlarde from Santa Clara Pueblo. And she has some of these details here. Where she's talking about this one. And so the eyes to see more clearly, the mouth to speak truthfully, the course of four directions are the path of the earth to reach every trail. The spiritual sun symbol is to light all paths of life. The arm is strength, courage, and character to raise above oneself. The wrist to bend is to tolerance towards others. The hand is charity and love to extend to others help and kindness. The split leaf represents sharing new knowledge with others, and the seeds are for wisdom and new thoughts. So tonight I thought I would read Butterfly Boy. And I think maybe this weekend I'll read my favorite story out of this book, which is Turkey Girl. So this one is Butterfly Boy. Making his way slowly between villages, Old Father stopped to rest under a cottonwood tree as ancient and rugged as he. While he rested, the last yellow leaf floated down and settled on his shoulder. He laughed to see how much the leaf looked like a butterfly and thought it was a good sign, for butterflies mean happiness. Tonight, at the next village, he decided he would tell this story. The child, Poganuno, was not like the other boys. Instead of running and shouting with the others, he liked to sit with his back against a cool adobe wall and watch blue cloud shadows move across the golden plain and climb the painted mesa. He was a dreamer, and the village people thought him lazy and even a little stupid. As Puganunu grew older, he had to do his share of the work of the village, planting and harvesting, hunting and gathering wood, but his real life went on within himself. One day, when the elders had sent him and the other boys out to harvest corn, he seemed more awkward than usual. His companions teased him because he was not strong and challenged him to races across the field. If only he could get away, go off by himself and rest, then he might think of something he could do to teach those tormentors a lesson. When the work was done, he escaped to sit alone on the riverbank, pretending not to hear the others calling him as they started home shouting their songs. Why can't I be like them? He thought. What a miserable person I am. He thought of each boy separately and envied each of them, some for strength, some for happy hearts, and even some for knavery and cunning ways. Just then, a butterfly flew past. Captivated as usual by beauty, he stood up, and his troubles dropped from him. Swiftly, he followed the lovely thing, thinking only to hold his eyes on its brightness, forgetting time and distance. Suddenly, without knowing how he had come there, he found himself in a glade of such splendor that he stopped and rubbed his eyes. All around him, magnificent mountains rose like guards. Rainbows gleamed above, and sunbeams fell through the rainbows. Here, before the young man's eyes, was all the beauty he had ever imagined, and he knew that he had been led to the place where the gods stayed. He looked around for the butterfly, and with great reverence, he beheld it change into an okua, a cloud person. The kachina touched him on the shoulders and breathed into his eyes, ears, nose, and mouth. He could not remember that the okua uttered any sound before vanishing as suddenly as he had appeared. But when the butterfly became visible again, leading him away, the wind began to sing, and as he sang with it, words were put into his singing to describe the beauty he had seen. As he danced, a gliding step as the butterfly led him home. Puganunu loved his people. His thoughts were gentle towards them, even though they had often made fun of him. He wanted to share with them these wonderful things taught to him by the okua. Puganunu has been dreaming again, they said, but he carried them along with him by the happiness in his face, and a great ceremony was arranged so he could show them what he had learned. And that's him with the butterfly spirit. Now, this is a story out of Santa Clara, so I'm not sure if their word for butterfly, but in Acoma it's buraika. Buraika's butterfly. And that's it. Then the next story is First Twins. So I hope that you, the one that's left, enjoyed this story. I'm thinking of coming on and reading more from them, from this book, more of them from this one book is what I'm trying to say. Why was that so hard to say? But I hope that you enjoyed it. There are 6 actually stories in here, plus a little excerpt on the artist and author by some guy named Howard Bryan. I don't mean that to sound disrespectful, it's just I have no idea who that guy is. But yeah, I'm thinking this week I'll read more stories, and if more people keep coming up, cool. I might try to read them a little earlier. I figure people are probably in bed now. It's like midnight where I am, so it's probably like 1 a.m. back home in New Mexico. So for you that are here, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being here. Awesome, it's you. You know what? That's messed up. A lot of my own people showed up and then they split, and it's like, hey, but you're from a completely different culture and you're here. So from my heart to yours, that means thank you very much. So I'm glad that you are here. I hope that you'll be back here for other times when I read the stories. And in the meantime, I hope you have a great day, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'll talk to you later.